Hey, Nicole, comment and drop a one if you can hear me. Happy Tuesday. Tuesdays are usually the days that I have deep dive strategies, calls, and different things like that. So welcome. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, y'all. If y'all want, actually, I've taken the link down. Um, we are going to be talking about coaching success hacks for moms. I'm excited. If you're excited, comment one in the chat on Instagram if you can hear me. Welcome back. You know how we like to do. We just kind of trickle on in as we go, is how we flow. Welcome. I'm just going to go ahead and introduce myself for people who have just really have not had the opportunity to understand who I am. My name is Marquita Deshae Johnson. I'm a business growth strategist, a transformational business coach for moms, and I help ambitious moms just like you position themselves as industry experts and launch profitable coaching programs or businesses, actually. All right. So if you can hear me on Instagram, let me know. We are doing 12 days of coaching with me, Marquita Deshae. And also, we are on day 10. Can y'all believe we are already on day 10? I'm excited that we're already on day 10, but at the same time, I'm just like, wow, we've learned so much already. I have taken the liberty of making the replay access available. You will be able to access the replay. So if you're interested in getting all 12 days of coaching with me, please definitely do so. I'm actually adding a few things inside of our coaching training vault so that you can have just some additional added value. I mean, we've learned so much in 12 days. We've done positioning yourself as an expert, removing the fear of going live, perfecting profitable routines. We've talked about building the benefits of building community as a coach. We've talked about how to stop overthinking your coaching success. I mean, we've been talking about just a lot, how to 10 steps to hit your first 10K as a coach, the power of creating your coaching vision, how to attract your ideal clients with less than 10,000 followers, the power of podcasting. It's so much, right? Just really just so much. I want to make sure too, because it looks like we were supposed to also focus on adapting a seven-figure mindset. I will combine the seven-figure mindset, adapting a seven-figure coaching mindset with adapting your, which day was it? Day 7, the power of creating a coaching vision. So I'll combine those 2 days because I've actually added a day in there. So welcome back. Let's just kind of get into it. Hopefully a few of our other friends will kind of join us on the other side. So I'm excited. Let me pull my notes up. If you're ready for today's training, comment and let me know. Give me some energy so I know that y'all are there. Instagram, I see y'all coming in. Nicole, we're waiting on a couple of people to come in, but happy Tuesday. So I want to just give a backstory real quick before we get started, because if you're a mom in business, shout out to you. I salute you all the way around, because what we do, it is really not easy. It's not really for the weak at all, especially if you have kids that are school agers. And then especially if you're a mom, you have multiple children that are under 5 or just whatever. What I really love about being a coach is the ability to have the freedom, the ability to have the time, the ability to have access to be able to navigate and balance out my schedule to fit around the benefits of my family needs, and not necessarily feel like I have to conform my schedule or my family around a business, right? Anybody guilty of going to work and, you wanted to have a day off, maybe it was your kids' event. I remember this time last year, anytime my kids would have something at school, I would always want to go be present for what they had. And then you look up and you have to get time off, but everybody else is trying to go see their kids at their school. And so it just doesn't always seem to work out. I hated the whole, I have to ask for time off, and if it's approved or not, it just kind of always messed with me. So I'm going to be talking about some coaching success hacks for moms. And I think that this is really important, because I think that when you understand how to have a cycle, when you understand how to have, hey, Kayla, when you understand how to have routines, and when you understand how to manage the time that you have, you'll also understand and determining that it's not so bad trying to balance business and motherhood. It's just more like how we do it, right? How are we able to navigate? Why are some moms seeming like they're really thriving and really good at it, where other moms seeming like they're sinking and trying to swim at the same time? Some of us probably not sinking and swimming. Some of us is just probably just floating, okay? Some of us are just at home working 24 hours a day, feeling like we never have time. We never have a moment of rest. We're constantly on the go. We're feeling like we're building out our clients. We're feeling like we're struggling to acquire clients. We're feeling like, how can we manage our time more effectively? Comment and let me know if you felt like that. Maybe you're working a full-time job, right? Maybe you're working a full-time job and you have kids and you have a spouse and you're still trying to operate business. I remember I was operating a full-time business, operating two full-time businesses, the business that I owned and the business that I was working for, going to school, and I still was a mom, right? I still had 3 children plus a husband that I still had to learn, navigate, and understand how to balance, right? So maybe that's a problem that you have. And then as a mom, we feel like, how do we take our dreams and our goals and the things that we're hoping for? How do we take those off the back burner? Because many of us also feel like, we have dreams, but we can't accomplish anything because we're so burned out and we're constantly putting the needs of others before ourselves, right? Comment and let me know if that's you. And so learning how to be a consultant or navigating over to your way into coaching and consulting. This is what I love about being a coach, because I didn't become a coach so that I can continuously feel burned out. I wanted more time, more flexibility, more freedom. But it's like, dang, welcome to entrepreneurship, right? Entrepreneurship is going to definitely challenge your gangster to make you feel like, you thought you were working a 9 to 5 before. You now have worked 24 hours a day. But I don't feel like that's true anymore. I feel like as you continue to grow, as you continue to develop, as you continue to learn, you find ways now to manage your time. Okay, you find ways to manage your time. And the way that you manage your time is going to allow you to increase your productivity. It's going to allow you to feel less burned out. It's going to allow you to be sitting on the beach somewhere while the systems are still working, while you're still being able to generate income, while your team is still functioning for you. But how do you get there in the very early stages of becoming a coach, right? How do you really get there? And so I didn't become a coach because I wanted to just continuously feel like I was burned out and all over the place. And many of you may also still feel this way. So what we're going to talk about today is how we can effectively time manage, right? It is important for us to operate our businesses like businesses and not just side hustles. First of all, your business isn't a side hustle, right? You can't just get up when you want to be productive. We can't just get up when we think we want to make money. We can't just get up when we think that, the house is quiet. Let me go ahead and get a few things done. Our business is still a real business. And so me thinking like that, it's like, how do you balance out, telling your kids no or telling your husband no? I was listening to my husband talk to one of my high schooler, and he went, my son wanted a haircut, something simple as a haircut. And he goes, you have to schedule that. I just can't stop what I'm doing to now cut your hair. And I just thought that was so funny, because I'm sitting there listening. He's like, son, that has to be scheduled. He's like, when I need mom to do something, mom just doesn't stop. And if it's not scheduled, mom doesn't do it. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, dang, they really feel like that about me? Like, I don't know how to feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do I really feel about that? But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Like, yeah, if it's not scheduled, it's not getting done. And so not only have I conditioned myself to think this way, I'm also conditioning my children and my family and my support system to think this way. Whoops. I need to make sure I'm on airplane mode for my thing here. So I want to make sure that I'm conditioning my children this way so that they are following, habits of, not just habits of routine and repetitious behavior, but they have good habits, success habits very early on, right? We don't plan for things. Even if they were studying for a test, we don't wait till the last minute to do things. And so once we focus on understanding how we can effectively time manage, we're going to notice that we're not all over the place, right? We don't want to feel all over the place. Comment in the chat and let me know if you feel like you felt like you've been all over the place before. Let me make sure this is on. Tashana says, we definitely set the atmosphere and culture in our home. Very good. Very good. It is extremely important. It is extremely important. And that's going to be a part of the boundary systems too as we continue to go along. But let's talk about it for a minute. All right. So we have the same 24 hours a day, just like anybody else, right? Maybe even less, really, because our 24 hours a day really isn't like anybody else's 24 hours a day. But as a mom, we find time to maximize opportunity and we try to preserve as much time as we possibly can, right? We have to know that our time counts. Like, I don't play about my time. The worst thing that you can do is mess with my time. Like, I don't really care if you mess with my feelings. I don't really care if you mess with a lot of other things. Don't play with my kids, my husband, or, blah, blah, blah. But don't play with my time. Like, my time is valuable. And so as we begin to continue to shift up the ladder of continuously to position ourselves as 7-figure, 8-figure earners, we have to know the value and the importance and the sacredcy of time. Okay. Many of us feel all over the place because we don't effectively time manage wisely. Okay. So our time counts and we can never get that time back, right? That's the thing. So not only did you get on my calendar, but you wasted my time. You stopped somebody else. I could have been doing something more productive. So I'm very particular about my time. And I think that as you begin to continuously position yourselves as experts and understand how to structure out your day to day, you'll learn that your time counts, your time is valuable, and how you spend your time is essentially important. Okay. It's essentially important. Hashtag my time counts. It's essentially important. Okay. My schedule is designed around my children and my family's needs first, right? First, period, point blank. No, it's not designed around my clients. It's not designed around my business model. My business model is designed around my family needs. This is why I talk about how I built a profitable coaching business from the comfort of my couch. This is a real thing. I was at home watching my children, working a full-time job. And then when the job fired me, I was still at home working with my children. My son, my toddler, was on my lap and my computer was right next to me. I built a structure, right? And so many of us are trying to figure out, if you don't have toddler children, maybe you're trying to build a structure around your 9 to 5. Maybe you're trying to build a structure around a sick loved one, right? Because I could talk from that perspective as well. People that depend on us, right? So can we say this too for a minute? People feel like just because you're an entrepreneur sometimes that you don't have a real job. Like, hold on, wait a minute, hold on. This is a real deal. I got coaching. I'm getting ready to go out. These are real things here. Like, this is a real thing right here. Like, I'm not just at home kicking it, right? This is not just what we do all day. Like, we are out here trying to building profitable businesses. So people need to first understand what it is that you do so they can respect what you're doing. Right. And I realized that too very early on. Can you babysit? No, I'm not babysitting. I'm not the community babysitter just because I'm at home. I'm not the transportation services just because I'm at home to son, I see you, Malvin. Thank you. Like, this is like, because then we become burned out. Right. So this is the thing. So our time counts. My schedule is designated around my family needs, but you also need time to relax, right? What I have learned is I've learned how to create my coaching program around my family needs. I've learned to create vacation time around my family needs in my coaching business. I love schedules. I love and understand how to utilize them. And I love that when I create my schedule, I know how to forecast my schedule so that I'm not overwhelmed, right? Systems matter, cycles matter, routines matter, rhythm and flows. Finding ways to discipline your action is really going to be important for the success that you want to see. Because if you're not disciplined enough to follow the schedule, it's going to mess up everything that you do as far as your time management is concerned. So when people say, I don't have enough time, yeah, you do have enough time. You just have to be able to understand how you're utilizing your time. And I ain't even got to the part where we start telling people no. Okay. Let me know if y'all still following me. So understanding that understanding how systems work, schedules work, cycles, routines, I started loving things like program management systems, right? Program management systems, and here's why. Program management systems are going to begin to tell you what you're doing, when you're doing it, right? You're setting the goal, right? You're setting due dates, right? You're managing yourself, right? Nobody's going to come and tell you or write you up if you don't do what you're supposed to do. You just probably just won't get paid. There'll probably be inconsistencies to what it is that you have going on. But at the end of it all, what's going to happen is the work that you put in as a coach, as a consultant, as a course creator, as a service provider is going to show. It's going to show if you've been consistent. It's going to show if you just decided to not do nothing. At the end of the day, if you don't have systems set up, if you don't have structure set up to where you have things that are automated, if you don't have the luxury of having a team, if you don't do the work, you don't get paid. Period. People are not going to come out of the sky and say, I want you to go ahead. I want to just give you my money today. I want you to be my coach today. Right? No, that's not how it works. Like we need to have things that are set up. So I love project management systems because I can see where my time is going. One of my favorite project management systems is ClickUp. I sit there and I turn on the timer for what it is I'm doing because I can decide how much time I'm giving myself spent on an allocated situation, time, resource, whatever it is that I'm working on. I can allocate my time. I can designate my time. I can put that much time on the schedule. If this is a task that I'm duplicating the process, I'm perfecting the process. This is where we talk about those standard operating procedures. This is where we're talking about those systems, right? What can I continuously duplicate? And then I know when I need to take a break. Okay, some of us don't even take breaks, even though we're at home. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to step away. Like I can't wait till our shirts are finished, y'all. We are moms, not machines. Because sometimes we think that we're super mom. Sometimes we think we're just real mommy making millions. We're this high achieving moms. We're ambitious moms. We're goal oriented moms, that we forget that we are a human being. Because we are so dedicated to becoming, we're so dedicated to accomplishing the vision that we saw, and we don't want to settle feeling like we are just a mom. But do not allow feeling like you're just a mom the luxury to tricking you to make you feel like you're a machine mom. Okay, we're not machine moms. Okay, so we need to know when it's time for us to take a break. That's why I say I built time for vacation inside of my yearly profit forecasting. Profit plan is what I'm trying to say. Okay. Facts. Tashana says those breaks are clutch, and rest is a whole strategy. So I build out vacation time inside of my profit plan. I build out breaks throughout my day. And here's the reason. When you're working a regular corporate salary, don't they have time for you to take a vacation? Don't you have to put that time in advance? So why aren't we thinking like this when it's time for us to be the boss, right? Why aren't we understanding how to actually create time off so that we can continue to not feel like we're burned out? Okay. So know that you need to step away, be okay with taking a break, know how much time that you need for specific tasks, and start scheduling those things on your schedule. So work the schedules. There's the thing, work the schedule. You can't not work the schedule. So we need to set some boundaries in place. Boundaries are a part of your strategy system, right? Understanding that you need to set boundaries with a couple people, your clients, right? I don't work Fridays. You could definitely send me an email or a message in Voxer. I may or may not get to it. Mentally, this is allowing me to rest. I know how much time I need to be able to work each day. So I'm not sitting at the clock and not giving my children any of my time, right? So your clients, you need to set boundaries within your clients. They need to understand how they can reach you, and just clarity in understanding how you work and how you serve them as a coach, okay? You're not putting out fires everywhere. Everybody's going to be pulling on you, needing on you, right? The second boundary is boundary with your family. Right? Remember I just said people need to respect your gangster. People need to respect what you're doing and not look at what you're doing as this is a little thing. Because, you know, you got to shut some people down. But before I was bringing in income, before I started having months where I was seeing $10,000 and $20,000 consistently, I started having to shut people down. I don't care if I ain't making $1 right now. This is a real business and I'm working towards it. And I am going to be able to show that I can do the work. And so before you're able to build teams, you have to put in a lot of work. If you don't have the time, you have to spend the money. So I didn't have money in the beginning. So there, you need to be able to depend on spending the time so that you can make more money. So then you can delegate tasks and pay people to do those tasks, you know, and then be able to focus on more revenue generating activity so that you can bring in additional money. But how does that work when you're just getting started, right? When you're just getting started, you're just like, all right, I don't even see the light at the tunnel. The laundry is sitting over there. We still need to eat dinner. The house is toe up. The kids still need time for their homework. I just got off the train. I just got off my 9 to 5. It's like a lot of things, like y'all, like it's a lot of moving parts. And then we focus and we wonder why we focus and we wonder why we feel we wonder why we feel anxiety, moments of anxiety. Can y'all still hear me, Instagram? We wonder why we have moments of anxiety. We're doing too much. So boundaries with your clients, boundary with your family, and boundaries, let me know if y'all can still hear me. Boundaries with your sleep schedule. Here's the next thing. I don't play with my sleep no more. I don't cut corners with my sleep anymore. Right? I don't cut corners. I don't play with my sleep no more. Because what I've learned is when you sit there and you allow yourself not to have the opportunity to rest, you're overworking yourself. I'm a strategist. Guess what? I need to rest mentally. This is where we find ourselves sitting in our cars just like, oh, whoo, child, I got to get ready and go in this house. I got to get ready and go in this house, child. I got to go and go in this house. Woo, baby. This is where we find ourselves in the showers, just kind of like trying to download and find moments to have mommy moments because we're super mom to everyone else. Okay, so learn not to play with your sleep. Learn to cut things on and off. Learn to create schedules so that when you take the time to say, I need to rest for me, you can actually rest for you and not feel guilty. I don't want y'all to feel guilty. Right? You shouldn't be made to feel guilty. Anybody go to bed and then now you're thinking of 1,000 other things that you're supposed to be doing. Oh man, I didn't put the laundry on. Oh man, I still got to send that email. And now you're sitting there because your mind is racing and you have this anxiety and you're trying to get things done because you have this goal, because you refuse to settle. Okay, so we need to have a schedule and we need to understand what it looks like to work the schedule. So we need boundaries with our clients, with our families, and with our rest, right? Sleep. And so I love systems. I love systems. I love being able to operate my family off of systems and also my business, right? You can have systems inside of your family as well, right? We are the COOs of our family, right? We are the chief operating officer, meaning what goes on in the house, you know, they say the man is the household, depending on what your beliefs are in your spirituality. But we all know, let them be the CEO. We are definitely the COO, means we run the operations of the ship. If it doesn't operate right, everything comes crashing down. You are support to number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 if you got kids. Let's talk about that, right? And so then you're trying to find ways. So you need to be able to create systems inside of your home as well as inside of your household. I'm sorry, inside of your business as well. And so delegating tasks, you know, older children, they need stuff to do, right? And spouses, the luxury that I have is my husband is also a cook. I call him a chef, right? I know my husband's burned out because he's a truck driver as well. So we have to have balance. You have to be a team player inside of your household. I'm setting the meat out, babe. What you cooking? You know, because he can't think. So I have to be able to cover the bases, right? And if we have more time, I'll talk to y'all about my meal prep and how I meal plan so that I'm not overly thinking about 1,000 different things. I get paid to think. So I don't have time to really sit there and think about tasks that are really just kind of like tasks that I could have planned out already. Like, I don't want to become overwhelmed mentally. This is why you hear people say, I just need a mental break. Anybody else ever said that? I just need a mental break. Hold on. I need a mental break. Comment in the chat. Let me know if you've ever felt like I just need a mental break. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm so tired. So meal prep and planning in advance is going to be key. And then understanding our support systems is going to be key. Right. So, I talk about my husband and how we balance all the time, but maybe you don't have a husband. Maybe you have a girlfriend. Maybe you have a relative. Maybe you have a parent, somebody that can help you, right? Somebody in the community that can help you either get more work done or be able to help you watch your kid while you're getting work done. Some of us don't have the luxury of having a nanny, and some of us dang sure don't have the luxury of sending our kids to daycare. I know before I started looking for our nanny, I didn't care to send my son to daycare. I was like, COVID, there's too much going on. He's just a baby. Not for me. Everybody don't have that luxury, right? Everybody doesn't have that luxury. So what do you do as a coach to still manage your time? How do you find the support to be able to still do the things that you love? So your support system is important. So you have to become strategic and aware of how your time is spent and create ways to maximize that time as well. When I focus on thinking about your support system, I always say, like, I'm one that my mom lives a couple hours away. My dad is here, definitely is not watching no kids. And so I feel like a bulk of the load was always put on me while I was trying to build, right? So what I did is begun to, if I had an event coming up, right? I knew way in advance because you guys, a lot of y'all see me travel. How is she traveling with them kids? Things are planned. Things are planned. So now my mom knows, hey, guess what? I'm calling you. I'm about to drive these 3 hours to drop these kids off because I have something to do. It's planned. Is your schedule still clear? It's planned. I'm getting ready to go live. It's planned in advance. Okay. So giving yourself enough time to hit the goal is important, right? As you hit the goal, or I'm sorry, as you create goals, you want to make sure that you're allowing yourself enough time to actually work through to execute accordingly. Okay. Do you have time to play, right? Your launch strategy, right? Your marketing strategy, your content strategy, whatever it is that you're doing, are you giving yourself enough time to hit the goal? Not deciding I want to do something tomorrow and then you don't have the bandwidth to really support it. That's mentally draining. This is where you see mom depletion. Mom depletion syndrome is a real thing. Mom depletion syndrome is definitely a real thing. So we have to become strategic with how our time is spent, and we have to become strategic with the goals that we have set forth in the time frame that we're actually allowing ourselves to actually achieve them. Being realistic. Okay. As you continue to focus on some additional coaching success hacks, my next hack was I don't deal with gossip. I do not deal with gossip, drama, family drama. I don't even really know if I like the drama on TV sometimes, but if I'm going to watch drama, it'll probably be on TV, right? I don't got time for it. I don't got time for negative thoughts. Protecting my energy and protecting my peace is important. Why? Because negative energy is draining. I don't want to talk to you on the phone about gossip, cousin. I don't want to talk to you on the phone about just stuff that has nothing to do with moving me forward towards my goal. Because guess what? It's a waste of my time. I could be thinking about something else. I could be thinking about more focused money generating activities. I could be thinking about how I'm going to create another strategy. I could be thinking about just anything. I could be resting. right? I could be resting, like my brain, like I don't have to always be on go mode. So I don't deal with gossip. I protect my energy. I protect my peace at all costs. Okay. When my brain is full as a strategist, I feel full and overloaded with junk. And I can't perform 100% if I am loaded with junk. You cannot perform at 100% if you're loaded with negative energy. So don't call me with the mess. Give people their stuff back. You know, don't call me early in the morning. I used to have people that used to call me in the morning and talk like, don't call me early in the morning because this is the best time. My brain is fresh. Maybe call me at night when I'm sitting there in my bed doing a bunch of nothing. But don't call me at the start of the day to ask me 111 questions. Like, hold on, wait. Some of us get out of the bed and things just kind of take off in our lives. Like, we're just like, your feet hit the ground and mom, you just clocked in for the day. Like, dad, I ain't even brushed my teeth yet. I ain't even combed my hair down yet. Like, wait a second. Like, wait, don't bombard me with the problems just yet. Like, I'm just getting to the point to whereas I'm just trying to get a handle. Okay. You're not a machine, you're a mom. So get rest. We're not dealing with the energy. So increase anxiety for you not having rest. You know, you dealing with other people gossip, or you just having the energy or the people around you, that becomes depleting. Right? Mom depletion, I just said mom depletion syndrome is real. You're just feeling like, man, I don't have time. Like, I just can't think about nothing. Like, I'm not getting anything done. And now you have anxiety. There is an increased surge of high achieving women, more importantly, high achieving moms that are seeing a spike in now becoming or now being diagnosed with anxiety. And we don't look at these things because we deal with stress different. Anybody else deal with stress totally different? Like, because we're so used to carrying the bulk of the load, like things that will stress other people don't really stress us. It's just kind of like, oh, okay, well, let's just figure it out. But if you have a bunch of let's just figure it out situations, especially as you continue to be a coach, right? It's because as you continuously build a profitable business, as you continue to grow and develop, and you're putting out fires everywhere, what's going to happen is you're going to realize that you're becoming depleted. And we don't want you depleted. And so this is where this anxiety is coming from. Panic attacks. I was doing the research on this. I was just floored away. So understanding as a high achieving mom, you have to learn to rest. Understanding as a high achieving mom, how to practice habits of self-care. When was the last time you had the benefit of honestly invoking self-care? Knowing the red flags when your body needs rest. Like, we are not machines. Like, I'm so used to being the one, like, if I don't do it, it doesn't get done. Like, we have to take that mindset off. We have to take that off because you don't want to kill yourself in the process. Like, let's be clear about this. Like, we're business owners, and it's not just moms that are high achieving moms that are experiencing this. This is C-suite level executives who are also experiencing this as well. Now you're looking at a Xanax prescription. Y'all know I used to come from claims, right? Medical claims. I used to work for the American Medical Association as well in their corporate office. Yeah. I have experience. I looked at the prescriptions. I saw what was being prescribed. I'm like, wow, this is a lot. This is a whole lot. So learning to say no to our time, learning to say no to put our computers down, learning to set boundaries, learning to say, I need to rest. Boom, computer is closed. You know, if I need to put the meditation music on, I need to be my best. And you're not your best if you're burnt out. Can somebody please comment that? I'm not my best if I'm burnt out. You will never perform at your best if you're burnt out. So learning to say no, learning to put the computer down, and learning the power of your time and your self-care is very important, okay? Staycations are important. Mommy staycations, meaning you just go off, you do you, right? Lots of times I cheat, even though I know I'm not supposed to. I will take my computer with me everywhere. It could be me and my husband going on a vacation. It could be me going on a vacation. I always have my dang on laptop. I'm at the airport trying to squeeze in everything I can so that I can maximize and squeeze out every drop of time that I have. But if you're on vacation and you're supposed to be enjoying the time there, you can't do that if your computer is there sometimes. Right? If I'm having a staycation and now I got my computer with me, we can't do this because you're not allowing your mind the power to rest. If the moment you start resting and then you jump up and now it's time to go get your phone, this is a sign. This is a red flag because you have to be able to understand how to say no and put the computer down. Okay? Massage and spa days are important. Thank you, Tashana. Burnout is not my portion. Brunch with friends. When was the last time you had a brunch with friends? Brunch with your entrepreneur friends, your entrepreneur buddies, right? A brunch with another moms. This is why I love the Mommy Making Millions millionaire, what is it? Motherhood Mindset of Millions brunch that we're getting ready to have in May. Guess what? Collectively, we're gonna all see what it feels like to have a moment. Guess what? Ain't no kids gonna be there, right? There's not gonna be no spouses there. Right? We're not going to be sitting there with our computers open. I'll probably be dropping some gems. And we have expert guest speakers that are going to be there. Hey, Ebony says, I am not operating at my best without rest. Absolutely not. Millionaires, billionaires know the power of rest. They don't play. They're in bed by what time? 7, 8. And they're up when? 5. Early bird gets the worm, right? It's a cycle, right? It's a cycle. So I'm excited about the Mommy Making Millions brunch here in Chicago in May that we're going to have, because it's going to allow you to rest, reset, and go ahead and just really take off, right? And you'll have this ecosystem of other women that you can see doing the same thing. The ambition is real. But guess what? What you're having to fight up against mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically as a mom is also real. It's also real. And the best people that are going to be able to relate to you are going to be in that room. Because if don't nobody get it, a mom gets it. Don't nobody get it like your community gets it. And that's why I move towards community, because your community is going to have your back because we understand you, right? Ebony says, I'm there. Yes, girl. Come on. Come on. I'm so excited that we're having it. All right. So making time. Let me make sure I didn't skip ahead of any of my notes because y'all know I get excited. So brunch with the kids. So brunch with your friends minus the kids. You can do this regularly. I told you I have a standing brunch with one of my girlfriends. She don't even got kids. And I go there. We have our, mimosas. We have our brunch food. I go and I look cute. I don't even go nowhere. I'm in Chicago. First of all, it's cold outside. I don't even like going outside when I see snow falling, right? If it's snow falling, don't even call me, but I'll make the time to go there. Okay. So understanding balance for yourself as a mom, as a wife, as a CEO, understanding that it's not always about you saying yes. Yes, saying yes is so easy. It's about the ability to say no. It's okay that you can't do it all. It's okay to say no. I can't handle that right now. My schedule is full. I shut down my calendar for the month of November, December so that I can focus on other things. No, I'm not accepting new clients. I just started accepting new clients. Right? So you have to be able to say no, right? You can't say yes to everything. And so if you have a focus, this is why I love strategic planning. And so if you have a focus for what it is that you're trying to achieve, you can now then learn to become obedient to just that and not feel guilty in the process, because you know that you're working towards this goal. You know that you don't have the bandwidth or the capacity to be able to function and spread yourself thin trying to do everything. So accepting additional work without having the bandwidth to support you and the things that you're doing is too much for you. Okay. This is what we talk about in Mom to Millionaire. That's why it's Mom to Millionaire. Yes, it's coaching, but you need to know how you can navigate and delegate these things. And you need to understand just how just how you're able to really truly see the possibility of getting all these things done. And that's why I said sometimes it's not always about the children or the spouse, because I had to learn how to navigate my business with a dying auntie who had cancer and a dying cousin who was brain dead. This is pressure. Some of us are the ones that nobody else in our family can depend on anybody else but us. Shauna says, yes, I'm coming. Right? My Mommy Making Millions platform focuses on self-care, community, and continued education. Self-care is first. Self-care is first. Because if you're not taking care of you, we don't want to see you over in the grave somewhere, so we can't have that. Let's be realistic, right? Let's be realistic with this. So we're focusing on continuously and understanding. Yeah, I talked about Mom to Millionaire in the program, but also focusing on being able to tell your friends and your family no, right? This is going to really chop a lot of us up, because sometimes we want to go to every family function. You know, I'm the auntie, I'll tell you no, during the middle of the day, I'm working, can't do that, right? I am not able, like, I'll tell my husband no sometimes. I'm like, babe, you know, can we schedule it another time? It's conflicting, right? Here's why, right? Just don't be saying no just to be saying no, because of the goal, the shared vision, right? Be okay with telling people no and not being able to be at the next family function, because you are understanding right now what you're currently building, and your sacrifice is going to be needed, right? You have to be obedient, but your sacrifice for what you're being obedient towards is going to be necessary. So it's okay to be selfish with some of your time. Like, no, I just absolutely not. This is not negotiable, period. Making time for family business and also making time for family business is important. So this is where the balance comes in. So I get to tell y'all no in this area, but I'm also balancing it out because I'm also giving you this area as well. This is why I talk about when you create your profit forecast or your profit plans. I love teaching this inside of Mom to Millionaire. How much time do you have off? Is it paid time off? Right? I have probably about 3 weeks in between each time I take new mentees. Well, guess what, y'all? I don't gotta do nothing. I don't have to touch my computer. I don't have to post. I don't have to do anything. Can you imagine living life like that? Hey, Rochelle, good afternoon. Can you really imagine that? So then this picture of what is possible becomes more realistic, right? So now you're making money, right? Now you're seeing the revenue coming in. You have a more structured balance of how your cash flow comes in. We talked about profitable routines. And so now you're not playing catch up, trying to make sure you have money generated in your bank account and still trying to balance out being a mom at the end of the day. Now you can really put your computer down, put systems in place, and then go enjoy your family, because that was the goal all along. You didn't become a coach or a consultant or a service-based provider or a CEO just to be a slave to, working around the clock. That's not the goal, right? That's not the goal. The goal is to free yourself, right? Maybe our goals are different, right? My goal is to produce generational wealth, to leave legacy to my children and my children's children. This is a stepping stone in some of the development that we're having. That's why I love Mom to Millionaire, because the millionaire part of how you get there is up to you. I'm just helping you create the foundation, the infrastructure, the ground in which your business is going to be sustainable on. Okay, so making time for family, business, and watch this, yourself. My mom took my son yesterday. I was like, wow, it's quiet. It's just little things, right? So what do you do for yourself, right? Remember, we got on here Monday. I said Mondays I don't even usually work. So now I told y'all 2 things. Actually, Mondays I work from my bed. But now I told y'all 2 things. Fridays I don't work, which means I work a 4-day schedule. Saturdays, Sundays, family. And then Mondays I work from my bed, which is a very light day. So now I'm having time to find balance, to rest, right? Rest. Now I find time to, pour into me. Now I got time to, if I want to go to get a manicure, a pedicure, if I want to go get my hair done, I have time to do these things. And it's scheduled. It's something that I can now look forward to. I tell my clients all the time, have you booked your self-care day? Have you booked yourself a vacation? I don't care if that vacation is next year sometime. It's something that you mentally have to look forward to. It's mindset. You can't keep feeling like, oh man, I'm just working around the clock and I have these kids and I have this business over here and I have this business over there. Make time for you as well. So make time for family, business, and yourself. Okay. So what I want you to know is having enough money is going to help you be able to delegate tasks. Okay. So understanding the value of delegating tasks is our next hack, but understanding how your cash flow needs to operate so that you can actually have enough money to do that. That's why I say I teach moms how to have high ticket programs. Because if we're so burned out to the point to where we're all over the place with trying to we're acquiring more clients, right? Many of us are like this. We have more clients, so we're getting more clients in. It's great. But we're charging our clients $4.95 and we're spending weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks with them. And anytime our clients need us, we're right there. And so we're more burned out than we are able to actually sit there and build something. Right? I know that as a high ticket coaching program that you're going to have, as a high ticket business that you're going to have, it's going to allow you to put systems and structure and strategy in place. And it's going to allow you to put people in position, virtual assistants, so that you can do small things. Maybe you want a chef come in. Maybe you want a cook to come in. Maybe, I'm sorry, chef and cook is the same thing. Maybe you want someone to clean, right? And do laundry. These things are really not so far-fetched. If you're modeling the behavior of the millionaires, then why are we not moving and grooving to the life that we know is possible? It's a lot of things that we want in life that we feel like it's so far-fetched. But if you have the strategy and if you have the cash flow and you're building the business and you're building the life, you have to put the structure in place to support it. We can't go out and feel like we're going to have like a 6, 7-figure, 8-figure business and not have systems in play. How are you going to remain sustainable? Those are those systems in your business and in your home. You need 2 types of systems in your business and systems in your home. So now when you get off from being coach mom, you don't have to be cleaning mom. Now, when you get off from being coach mom, you don't have to be transportation mom. You start alleviating some of the work that you have to do, because remember, we're going to bring it on back. We're focusing on your time. Your time is everything. Do you know how much time it takes to go and get a kid from school? Do you know how much time it takes for you to actually sit there and clean your house or cook or just anything extra that you're trying to do? Think about how much time. I want y'all to take note of how much time you're spending on things. It's going to wow you. You're going to be like, wow. The first thing that we should be doing is paying attention to our time. Okay, so accepting additional work, I'm not doing that. It's not for me right now. I can't take it on. Understanding how to delegate the task. I have a virtual assistant. My complete onboarding system is all automated. I love teaching automations. I love teaching automations in anything I can help you automate. First thing I think is, ooh, can we automate that process, right? When you're bringing on new clients, think about that. Your SOPs, your standard operating procedures. Now you're telling someone else, here's the blueprint for how I want you to do this. A, B, C, D, E. Questions. Email me. Questions. Call me. Questions. Here's this day where we can go over X, Y, and Z. Are you creating the structure inside of your business to allow you to be able to delegate, to allow you to be able to produce more time within the day, within your daily structure, or your daily activities rather? Okay, so these are some things that you really have to ask yourself and be honest. You got to be honest with yourself. Okay. Having money to be able to delegate those lower level tasks to somebody else is great. And it's not to say that the lower level tasks are beneath you, because guess what? Your need, what you need, your problem, there's somebody else out there that's going to be able to that's going to require you to hire them. But what I'm trying to say is they're servicing your need. So now this is a lucrative business for them. See how this works? You still have a need as a mom. I did a consultation the other day. And I was talking to this girl. She's a mom, she's a woman. And I was listening to all the things that she was doing. And then I was listening to the things she said she liked doing. And then I was listening to the things that she said that she wanted to do. And then I was listening to what she was getting paid to currently do. Right. So this is what I talk about when I think like, I vision, right? I hear everything that y'all are saying. And so what she was trying to build, she said she hadn't had it built yet. But I saw a loophole in what she actually should have been offering as a service. I said, wait a minute. Are you a done for you? Right? Do you do things for other people? I don't really like doing it. I just know how to delegate it. Well, wait a minute. This might be a really lucrative business because I teach moms, right? I teach moms how to delegate, right? You may be an executive, right? Assistant for moms. Put the 4 moms on there. Niche it down. Remember, we talked about this, right? Who are you a coach for? Who are you servicing? Y'all, I'm going to tell y'all like this. I got off that consultation call with this young lady. And I looked around. I probably sent her 4 to 5 leads. People were posting who were moms, needed executive assistants. Basically, that's what they needed. Someone to come in, structure. So the business that you have, the need that you have, somebody else is in the business to support your needs. So don't feel like just because it's a lower level task, right? And you doesn't mean you're not good enough to do it. It just means you're focused on other things. Right. So now I've created a whole nother cash flow. And I said, think about the caliber of women, because this was another issue she was having. People aren't paying me. So when I'm thinking about executive moms, can you comment and tell me who can you think about as her potential target audience? Who is her potential ideal clients? CEO moms, high achieving moms, high earning moms, 7 and 8 figure moms, right? You don't have to do everything. Even if you're a business, you're still delegating tasks. A real CEO knows the benefit and the beauty of delegating tasks, period. Okay. C-suite, absolutely. Which means, Tashana, guess what? Cha-ching. Cha-ching. So my problem that I had with feeling like people were not going to pay me my price has now changed because my direction of the service that I'm charging people to do and the message that I'm aligning with who I need to target has changed. There's a direct correlation. There's a direct correlation. I've sent this girl 4 leads exactly once we got off the call. Between the time we got off the call up until now, let me correct that. Isn't that amazing? I love this too with my clients, because when there's clarity in what they're doing and there's clarity in their ideal clients, I start sending them things. Like, you see this? Like, you see what we were talking about? Or they'll start saying things to me like, oh man, that was crazy. I was just thinking about that. Nah, you probably were just thinking about that. But I connect vision and strategy and structure to who you want to be, right? So make time and understand that delegation is extremely important. I don't know why I can't talk today, y'all. Okay. Having a support system is important. Okay. Having an ecosystem that understands your goals is important. We kind of talked and touched on that a little bit as well. But I want to say this for the people is, watching the kids while you work on specific tasks is going to be important. Having other people help you, it may just be for a couple hours of a day. Hey, mom, I really need you to just watch them for 2 hours today. I want to really try to get something done. Hey, I'm going to be launching this week. These are the times I need to go live. This is a schedule in advance. My husband's a truck driver. Ooh, I used to want to fight him so bad when he used to tell me, oh, I just got to load. I'm going live today. What do you mean you just got to load? I need you here right now. This was a big fight. This was a big fight in our household because I need you. But what do you do when you have consistent income coming in with someone who was originally building before the tables turn, right? Where's the balance in that? Okay. I don't got time really to spill that out to y'all. So being able to effectively being able to effectively communicate is important. Tell your family, your support system, your team, your spouse, your clients, they need to understand what the goal is. They need to also understand how they can be supportive as to your goal. They need to also understand what your expectations of them are. Okay. So that you can find ways to implement the things into your schedule so that there's no clashing, and so that you're scheduling time accordingly, and so that you're giving yourself time to hit your goals, right? My coaching days do not change. I train and coach on Thursdays. Okay, this is your support system. So letting people know in advance helps to prevent you from having anxiety, and it also allows you to actually complete your goal, because we do not allow ourselves enough time to win in life, you know. So be sure to understand who needs to understand how they can be a part of your journey, but also understanding that your team, you know, your people that you're working with, right? Team, spouse, and your clients. You need to be able to effectively communicate with them so that they understand their deliverables, they understand what's required of them, they understand what your expectations of them are, and they understand how they can support. Okay? Support. Any questions on any of this? My throat feels like it kind of wants to hurt. Questions? Hey, Arnisha, I saw you were able to make it. Shoshana says, facts, ooh, we so good. Made me think about, ooh, we sweet tea. Yeah, this was really just heavy because, you know, and I don't even have time to talk about sleep training, because everybody's just a little bit different. You know, I used to talk about how I used to sit on the train an hour there, an hour back. That's 2 hours a day. That's 10 hours a week. That's 40 hours a month. I was sitting on a train, just sitting there, going downtown Chicago. You think I wasn't maximizing my time? Okay. Any questions? I'm glad to see y'all back. Tomorrow we'll be focusing on, I think we'll be focusing on, it says the power of trusting the process. Adapting a 7-figure mindset, allowing yourself time to grow. We'll be talking about the aspects of becoming a butterfly. I love that. You haven't transformed yet. Some of us are still in that phase of, we know what we have. We know what we have, right? We know what we have. We know what we're trying to do, and yada, yada, yada. Let me take a sip of this. I think my throat is trying to hurt, y'all. I wish I could afford the replays. Oh, we want somebody maybe to be able to gift. Some of them are on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. I've been sneaking a few of them on my YouTube channel. If you cannot afford the replays, I just want you to just try to make sure that you're here. The reason that you're getting charged for the replays is because you're having additional support through my coaching platform. These are some great gems. I have to tap out, ladies. Thank you, Arnisha. Another coaching. Have a great day. Thank you, Sugars. Sugars. All right, ladies. If we don't have any other questions, Rochelle, keep coming. Keep coming. We'll be right here tomorrow. And y'all have a happy Tuesday. We're almost getting close to Christmas time. Love y'all, and we will talk soon. Night.